Where there is no vision, the people perish. And I hope you're not out there perishing tonight, because perishing is not a good thing. Hello, good evening. To all you who believe in the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, Yahweh, Jesus the Christ, who came in the flesh, who died for our sins. I just want to share this with you. This is in Exodus. And the king of Egypt, he spoke to the Hebrew midwives, so the women that help the women give birth. And one of them was named Shiphrah, and the other one was named Puah. And basically what he said is, when you get there to deliver the children of the Hebrew women, if it's going to be a son, then you are to kill it. But if it is a daughter that's born to the woman, then you shall let her live. But these midwives, they didn't listen to Pharaoh. It says here that the midwives feared God. Okay, so they didn't fear man and what man could do to them, even though this was Pharaoh. And he was high up there and could do anything with them that he wanted with a little wave of his hand and a command. But these two midwives, they feared God, and they did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but they saved the men children alive. And so they're out there delivering babies, males and females, and giving them to the mothers and fathers, and they're not killing the babies. And the king of Egypt heard something. He called for the midwives, and he said to them, why have you done this thing and have saved the men children alive? And this is what the midwives said to Pharaoh. They said that the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and they are delivered before the midwives even come to them. So these two midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, said, hey, we go there to deliver the baby and help the woman along, and by the time we get there, the baby is already born, so we can't do anything to kill the male children. And that wasn't the truth. The women fear God, and they respected human life, and they arrived on time while the woman was in labor and in pain, and they helped that woman to deliver a male child or a female child, and they made sure that that child was kept alive. And I find this quite interesting, that it says, therefore Yahweh dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied, and they became very mighty. And it came to pass that because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. So God helped them to have households of their own. And even though they had broken the commandment of God, thou shalt not bear false witness, they feared God, and they said, you know what, we're not going to kill these babies. And I say that because during the Holocaust, people didn't say, hey, we have Jews in our house, why don't you come in and take them? They played games with the Nazis and worked on the inside, and got illegal ration cards that they counterfeited or stole in order to feed Jews in their house. So I think this is an important story for these times and something we can learn from. I also say this because I did have an abortion when I was 23, and the New York taxpayers paid for that because I was living on below poverty income. And I believed in killing babies back then. That's how I was raised, and that's a whole long story. But basically, after having the abortion, I decided to be both pro-choice and pro-life, and now I'm pro-life completely because I do follow Jesus and his commandments. And I think that his commands are higher than man's laws here on earth. So anyway,